course I see him.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Play the Hits. Nick, what the hell is Dale Gribble doing here?
I lost my gun back there.
I thought it was Burt Gummer.
Just keep that light steady on.
Either way, we're fucked. How are you, my friend?
So, I'm trying to remember, where'd we leave off last time? Was that, like, in that whole, like, enemy stun lock hell where we couldn't move forward, or
Yeah.
did we ever get out of that?
No, we did. Then we rode this gondola and died. Or almost died.
Oh, okay, alright, that sounds vaguely familiar.
Follow the kidnapper. Wait, I feel like I missed something here. Are we being kidnapped?
Is this man the kidnapper?
Am I kidnapping him?
Who got kidnapped? Was it
kinda...
your fat friend, Cousin Polly?
Right? Yeah, his cousin Polly. Oh, God.
Oh.
Is this a Dexter sort of situation where I'm, Why can't I shoot him?
I just heard that Dexter got renewed for another, I don't know, remake or whatever.
Oh, nice. Is that right? Yeah, because it ended on kind of an anti-climax, didn't it?
I couldn't tell you. I heard it had like 2 good seasons and then it went off the rails.
Seasons 1 through 4 were great. After that, it kind of started to go down a little bit.
I feel like when your premise is a serial killer who kills bad people, there's only so many things you can do with that over the course of 6 seasons.
So I'm entirely relying on Dale here. I have no bullets.
Oh, that's right. What's with all the alien blood? Oh no, that's like light from the trees. Okay.
Shoot him, Dale! Damn it, Dale! So Nick, it's been 2 weeks. How you been?
Horrible, I guess. I was in the hospital for an acute and severe kidney infection, so there's that.
I gotta love that. And by love that, I mean I'm deeply sorry for your suffering.
Well, it's hey, it's America. I'm just trying to get by without insurance, so
oh, lovely.
Hopefully they don't have to take it out.
Right up these stairs, Wake. Use the flares from the emergency box.
Oh, you're going up to Lover's Peak?
Give me the gun.
Oh God, this is a kidnapping, isn't it?
Are you kidding? Give me the gun.
No time for back talk. Hold him off, damn it.
Wait, who's giving who the gun? Everybody's voice kind of sounds interchangeable.
I don't know, but apparently I'm killing these guys with flares.
Well, your gun has no bullets, so...
Oh, shit. Hold back the Taken.
Scare him off.
As your flare immediately goes out.
Yeah, right.
Get some light on those bastards.
This game has
nothing.
given me some really severe Condemned vibes. Probably because it came out about the same time.
Yeah, I guess in the grand scheme of things, it was like, what, 4 years?
Cool premise, but incredibly rudimentary combats.
Yeah. That is for true.
Like, to where you almost wish there was less combat, so you could just, engage more at the story.
In games like this, I always feel like the combat sort of gets in the way of the atmosphere.
Well, I mean, it's a video game at the end of the day, not a novel, right? I mean, that's at least what the executives would say.
Right, but I mean, there's plenty of games that are incredibly engaging to play that don't really have a formal combat system. Clock Tower and...
Yeah, but do they sell?
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. The ones that sell are always the AAAs, but at the same time, like, I can't help but think that one of the most fun, like, you and me playing together a game that we've ever had was, oh shit, what's he want me to do?
Just keep stuffing those sausage links into your pocket.
Get with the program, Wake.
No, but I was thinking about Heavy Rain. That was probably one of the best games you and I ever played together, just because of, like, the atmosphere of the game and then how much fun we had commenting on it.
Yeah, and we
and
really didn't get past, like, we didn't even get particularly far into the game. We just kept on doinking around with little things forever and ever.
That was kind of the charm of that game,
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
It was very it had a lot of things to interact with in the first couple chapters. Then it started to get a little bit more linear, but
Yeah,
I mean that's fine.
true.
I get it, given the amount of like decisions you would make that would alter what was going on. So.
Right. And you're right, it kind of started out as one of those, like, hey, wow, look at what we have achieved technically sort of things, and it's like, oh crap,
Yes,
we've
'cause it
actually
was
got to
like
build the rest of the game.
It was a release title for the PS3, wasn't it? Or very close.
It was, yeah, you're right, it was maybe about halfway through the PS3's lifespan. I want to say maybe about 2009, 2010.
Yeah, I remember it being a showpiece.
Yeah. And to their credit, I mean, there aren't many games on the PS3 generation that I feel really hold up well graphically, but Heavy Rain would be one of them.
Well, that was, I believe, the biggest graphical powerhouse of the console at that time.
Yeah, I mean...
And boy, did it want you to know that with its endless load screens with close-ups of characters' faces.
Right, where they, like, zoom in over and over again on the characters' like facial blemishes.
Yeah, because that's what we needed was Detective Shelby's liver spots in full view with perfect lighting. Well, he's gonna stab you.
Yeah, he is. You know, we gotta find out too if we ever decide to play that game on Play the Hits, or are we allowed to show the female lead's naked ass, or is that gonna be a problem?
No, I think you can. I don't think that's an issue from the research I've done on YouTube.
So Sarah asks, "Are you okay, Nick?"
We fight them as long as
Thank you, Sarah.
Give me
I
the
don't know.
goddamn gun!
I don't know.
That's not how this
This may be it for Nick.
I don't have Twitter pulled up tonight because I don't have Twitch pulled up tonight because I am too comfortable. But I had some really powerful antibiotics last Saturday, and the swelling and burning is gone. But I don't know. I still feel like I got it feels like a pulled muscle in my back. It's weird.
Suck.
So obviously it's not a pulled muscle, it's my kidney, but I'm feeling much better now than I was last Saturday. And
that's good.
well, I mean the big problem for me was that I thought it was a pulled muscle for a few weeks, and like this has been going on for about a month.
Oh yeah.
And then I began to realize, okay, well, I haven't done anything to pull this muscle or aggravate it in the last 4 weeks. It's got to be an infection, so.
Yeah, that's what it would sound like. Still, regardless, that sucks.
Boy, try going to a hospital without insurance during the COVID outbreak. Let me tell you, that is a whole barrel of monkeys.
You know, Nick, this is probably inappropriate given the potential seriousness of your situation, but have you ever heard the Dr. Mario lyric song?
Yeah, I've heard that a couple times. Jesus, is this fight still going on?
Yeah, I died the first time. I used all of my flares a little too early.
Oh, I must have missed that. I have a better one for you. Have you heard the Dr. Mario, Dr. Amigo song?
No, but I am intrigued.
Yeah, we'll go chew on that. It's apparently Dr. Amigo is just some Mexican doctor who in all of his commercials just dressed up as Dr. Mario.
Oh, that's awesome.
A blatant disregard for the copyright claim. It's
awesome.
just as wonderful as you would imagine. Back in that early 2000s era where you could get away with this stuff.
Sarah asks, how did it happen?
Dr. Amigo? Well, I assume he saw the suit at a garage sale of some sort.
Why would a merciful God let this happen?
If you're talking about my lazy kidney, though, I would love to know myself.
Ooh. Well, that escalated.
I like how he punched him and then he threw himself off at the balcony as well, for good measure.
Alan Wake's arm cannon is just so powerful. When he goes flying with... Oh, hey, we got the gun. Uh-oh. We gotta fight Dale Gribble.
But he's human. You can't kill him.
God damn it, Dale.
But no, I would love to know why my kidney just up and started to not work. So, yeah. You and me both, Sarah. You and me both.
Yeah, that sucks, man. Is Dale Gribble the principal antagonist of this game?
I'm pretty sure that they just needed to throw another person in here because Cousin Polly isn't here, and if it was just you wandering around, it would be too much like the prologue again.
Yeah, that's fair. So I'm hearing really good things about the new Amnesia game.
You know, I've deliberately avoided reading anything about it or looking up anything about it so I can be entirely surprised.
Yeah, I don't know anything about the plot. All I'm hearing is that it's a phenomenal horror title. And
So in
we
other
may have
words,
to extend
it's a
Spooky
return to
October.
form. That's nice. That's good that it's a more like the first, not what was it, Machine for Pigs?
Well, that wasn't made by the original team, was it?
No, it was made by, I forget what team. It was called like the Tea Room or the China Room or something.
Okay.
And they had done some game before, but it wasn't quite horror. And it doesn't really matter because Machine for Pigs just was meh.
Oh, okay. See, I never played Machine for Pigs, but that's kind of what I heard, is that it was just kind of too much of a tonal departure from the first one. But yeah, I'm hearing nothing but glowing things about the new one, and if you're down for some spoops, I would love to witness you play through that.
That is my plan to eventually go ahead and there we go. I got Twitch pulled up now. It is my plan to hopefully play through that because I remember how great a game Amnesia was 10 years ago. I'm just wondering if it'll recapture that magic.
Yeah, I mean,
We'll see.
I can't promise that, but am I about to get... That's a bear trap. Oh.
Why is it glowing?
Why does he have a whole tree full of bear traps? Like, what kind of bears was he hoping to catch?
It's, this game is just third person Condemned.
You know, yeah. I started out like
Well,
really...
like the weirdness and whatnot.
Yeah.
And not knowing what's real and what isn't.
I was super into the first hour, and then by the end of the second hour, I wasn't quite as into it. Now I don't know. I guess jury's still out, but overall, like it's feeling like a humdrum action game that just happens to have the trappings of a really good, you know, kind of late 80s, early 90s horror drama.
Why are these bear traps got light reflecting off of them? You can't walk into them if you see them.
Works for me.
But yeah, it's interesting ideas in an era that absolutely necessitated action in your narrative-based game.
Yeah, which is a shame because I feel like the action is really holding the narrative back, and
I'm really beginning to wonder if the entirety of the narrative was contained in the first like hour or so of gameplay, and this is what we're in for the rest of the game.
I wouldn't be surprised, and if that's the case,
wandering
this is
around
gonna...
the woods,
Oh.
like a cheap '80s movie.
I would call this game a disappointment if that's what we end up with.
So did stepping in the bear trap summon Shadow Dude?
I think so. I got a little too careless there.
Funny you should mention the spicy dill pickle Chex Mix. I've had that.
Spicy dill pickle Chex Mix.
And I had to look at the bag, and it was like a little bag out of a vending machine. And good lord, it was 585 calories.
Holy piss.
For like a cup and a half serving. It was a fun novelty until I had realized I had devoted myself to the bag and had to finish it. And then eventually I was like, I am 34 years old. Screw that. And then I threw out the rest.
Nick spent the rest of the night questioning his life choices.
I've officially reached the age where I'm just too old to bother with stuff like this anymore.
It's like,
I'm not going to finish the
Doritos
bag
has
out
a
of
new
some sort of
flavor blaster,
responsibility.
but do I really care enough to try it? Being a little nebulous with where I'm actually supposed to be going, too. Because this is the way I just came from. There's the bear trap that got me.
It truly is like an 80s movie where they just wander around the woods for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Because it's cheap to shoot in the woods and you don't need a permit.
Right. Though you do run the risk of deliverance kind of scenario if you piss off the locals.
Alan Wake, a Don Doler movie.
But no, like, I don't know. I hope that the game has more to it than this, because, like I said, I wouldn't mind, like, a really, like, heavy exploration-based game. With, you know, the story that we've got here and kind of the, like, allure of, like, whodunit, you know, like, what's going on with his wife? Was it him, or, is this part of a conspiracy, or what the hell's going on? Is he mentally ill?
It's gonna be like Condemned 2, where it just goes completely off the rail, and it's a huge government conspiracy involving aliens.
And God, you know, shit. I hate to say this in episode 3, especially when it's clear that I'm not very good at it, but the combat's not very fun. You know, it's just not great.
Doesn't feel like an afterthought.
You know, like, I kind of feel like the developers started out making one game, but then were kind of forced to make it something else at the end.
Oh, so you mean like L.A. Noire?
Yeah, like, clearly the combat in L.A. Noire wasn't supposed to be there. Jesus!
No, but if you pre-ordered the game from GameStop, you got your pistol upgraded to, like, the 357 Magnum. For all the combat that wasn't in the game.
Right. Yeah, that's right. There were like, what, maybe a total of like 5 or 6 shootouts that whole game.
And then you could always just like pause and select the skip action.
Yeah, right, because that was 5 or 6 too many. Like, L.A. Noire was a really serviceable detective story that had some baffling car chases and gun segments for no reason.
I'll never forget. I can't remember if it was you who was playing it or if it was my buddy Glenn, but I remember we had like, I don't know, like Cole Phillips was trying to solve a mystery, and we were going about it very badly, and then all of a sudden a car chase broke out,
and it just kind of solved itself.
And then we captured him. And then the police commissioner was like, "Well done.
That was me.
You managed to catch the suspect and the pedophile."
Yep.
and we were both confused.
Sure,
like, wait, who's the pedophile?
We thought about replaying the mission because it had given us 3 stars, but it just felt so wrong and incomplete.
Okay, so it was you. Yeah, we were just baffled.
Yeah. Sarah says, "Remember Dorito Puffs? I miss those."
No, I don't think I ever had the pleasure of eating those, but it sounds wonderful.
Nick, what's your favorite nostalgic 90s snack?
Ooh, now there's a question.
Are you a Dunkaroos man? Skechers, Gushers?
Oh, I've got a story for this, actually.
Oh, shit! You tell it while I fight this guy for the next 20 minutes.
All right, so do you remember a candy called Shock Tarts back in the late 90s?
Do I? Marginally.
Basically, it was just like sour, chewy, sweet tarts. Except for, I don't know if this was the Shock Tarts or just my particular palate, but the sourness was so intense that after eating a whole roll of those things, my taste buds on my tongue literally began to explode.
Oh, nice.
Which sounds like it's right out of a commercial.
Yeah, I was going to say, you could be the poster boy for Shock Tarts.
Yeah, I know, right? It's an advertisement in and of itself.
Shock Tarts, so sour you're going to the hospital.
My dad, called to complain to the company. Your Shock Tarts caused my son's taste buds to explode. What kind of compensation are you going to give us?
What? No.
And all they offered us was a coupon for more Shock Tarts.
which he took.
We readily accepted
right.
and redeemed for more Shock Tarts.
No, like, I can picture this phone call in my head. It's your dad, right? My son is in excruciating pain, and I want you guys to rectify this. But yes, I'll hold for a manager. Okay.
A decision-making manager.
Right. Hello? Yes, my son... Well, he's about 10? No, he doesn't think it's radical. Who are you? You can't be in charge of anything. Oh, God.
But anyways, yeah, so there's There's my Shock Tart story.
Sarah apparently remembers and loves the Shock Tarts as well.
I can't quite tell if the yes indicates she remembers it or yes, she had the same traumatizing experience.
Or yes, she loves that you got hurt.
I would accept all three.
Sarah, but
I'd heard the blade fall. It made no sense. It was clear that it just
all right, we got a plane.
and obviously hadn't flown in decades. Looking at it sent a shiver down my spine.
This is where those boys from Lord of the Flies landed.
Wait, whoa, God! I shouldn't be in here. Or
Yeah,
should
why
I?
are you in here?
Ah,
See, okay, good. It's not like the Bernstein Bears versus the
Berenstein Bears?
Berenstein Bears. Yeah, the
Berenstein,
Mandela effect.
Berenstein.
Whatever. It's clearly the same word pronounced two different ways, like aluminum and aluminium.
It's actually the Goldstein Bears. They're Jewish.
No,
That's where the confusion came from.
I too have made that joke.
They thought
I
that
didn't know
America
they were
wasn't ready
Jewish.
for a family of Jew bears.
See, when you say Jewish bears, it's multicultural, but when you say Jew bears, it just sounds
That sounds derogatory. You're right. I apologize to all the bears in the audience.
not as many as there used to be during the raft sessions, though.
Oh, shut up.
So
Chris
anyways, on
Nixon.
that note,
right, thanks. honey.
What was your favorite '90s snack?
They used to make a flavor of combos that was like some kind of like triple cheddar blaster. I don't know. String together a whole bunch of '90s adjectives, and you've got the feel for it.
Well, it was '90s, so it had to be like extreme cheese or something.
Yeah,
like,
extreme-
because everything
extreme
was
cheese.
extreme once
Sure.
Super wore out its welcome.
Oh man, yeah, that could be the.
Funny enough, I just had combos today, but I particularly prefer the cafeteria pizza flavor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cafeteria pizza. You know, I was telling Sarah about that the other day. She didn't go to a school that had the cafeteria pizza. She's never had the rectangle cardboard pizza.
Do you know it's considered a vegetable?
Huh. I guess that
Yeah,
would
it's
explain the
considered a
taste.
vegetable. Not a meat, not a grain, it's a vegetable.
Vegetal.
As far as school lunch requirements go, I used to deal with this stuff all the time for summer food.
That's awesome.
Well, I think it's a grain and a vegetable.
It's got red inside. Red's a vegetable.
Even
Son
though
of a bitch.
even
You're
though
right.
tomatoes are a fruit, but yeah.
You're right. This is the game. This is just the game.
Are these guys in tracksuits? Because I feel like you're just like running into a bunch of Eastern European guys.
Yeah, they're either Eastern European or deeply American, you know?
A bunch of Slavs.
Right. Judging by the amount of denim they're wearing, they're either anti-American or deeply American. Oh, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I wish I could take credit for that joke. Do
Well,
you
you
watch
totally
that show, by the way?
could've. Huh?
Do you watch that show, by the way?
I really don't watch any TV. I will turn on Pluto TV
You know,
and I will watch whatever Bond movie is on at the time. That's about it.
if you're going to watch one contemporary sitcom, I would strongly recommend Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's got some extremely clever writing.
Sitcom. If I'm gonna watch anything in the future, it's gonna end up being The Mandalorian, but that's probably about it.
I enjoyed The Mandalorian too.
I would watch it because it sounds like the least Star Wars story.
Yeah, you know, it's go figure. Star Wars is actually a really fun franchise when it's about wars in the stars.
Or when they're just not telling the same damn story over and over about rebels fighting an empire
Yeah.
over and over.
No, the
and over.
Mandalorian is practically a western. I mean, it's really well done.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's just it takes its time with little delightful
Yeah.
vignettes instead of
The stories
overzealous melodrama.
Yeah, the story is an extreme slow burn. The main character is not like an immortal Mary Sue. Like he loses half the fights that he's in. And it's really just a much more like ground level kind of intimate story than you would expect from Star Wars.
You mean we didn't get that with Rise of the Skywalker?
Well, picture the exact opposite of that, where like Rise of Skywalker like is all over the place and has no idea what direction it wants to be
18
going.
stories crammed into one movie.
Yeah, like the only
and absolutely no screenwriter or editor involved.
Right, like the only
it makes George Lucas's prequels. You know what? I'm not making any jokes that the internet hasn't already made.
Right.
Screw it.
The only complaint I've really heard about The Mandalorian is that at some points it can even take a little too long to get where it wants to go. But
I heard one of the episodes just takes place in a hallway. That sounds delightful. More shows should do that.
You're not wrong. Actually, that's probably my favorite episode because the ending of that episode almost descends into a little bit of Dead Space-esque horror. I mean, definitely not like at the same level of Dead Space, or it wouldn't be on Disney Plus, but but you know, you've basically got a predator alone with this group of unwitting idiots in this corridor, and he's taking them out one by one. It's pretty cool.
Sounds absolutely delightful.
It is. It was one of the most like if it were taking place in a movie theater, like people would be cheering for it, you know.
Trying to remember, Star Wars, I think with the Clone Wars animated series, had a surprisingly good episode about, what was it, stormtroopers getting some sort of parasite that basically turned them into, like, zombies or something?
Oh, really?
It was very, again, Dead Space-esque, you know, with everyone on the ship trying to figure out, like, what this infection is and why everyone's going crazy.
Huh. That actually sounds pretty engaging.
That was the thing about the animated series. You never knew if you were going to get an episode written by whomever, or if they were just going to steal a plot from the expanded universe novels, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, this is really good writing for
it turns out the expanded universe novels are what so many people loved about Star Wars.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what they literally do with that series, is they write a few episodes, and then they just adapt one of the novels and not say anything.
Right. You know, speaking of that exact same modus operandi of story writing, have we ever discussed the Batman cartoon on this channel?
A long time ago, because I was going on about how it had that unique dark deco style.
Mm-hmm. It's basically the most Batman has ever been. Like, in a good way.
It's, honestly, it's the only Batman medium that's ever interested me outside of... What was it? The Dark Knight movie?
Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, I overall, even with The Dark Knight Rises kind of getting a little clunky there at the end, I really enjoyed the Dark Knight trilogy, but like the cartoon, I would consider peak and perfect Batman.
Well, you can't beat that, because that was that strange like mixture of 90s cartoons where... Oh
boy!
They oh, hello. What are we doing here?
Whoa! What the fuck? Is this house haunted?
No, it's just not up to code.
No, it's just criminally outdated.
Well, what did you like about that series? Because I liked some really odd things about it.
Okay, so my favorite episode is the one where Bruce explores the slums, and almost the entire episode, he's not even in Batman costume. And it concludes with him giving handouts to a bunch of beggars and not having enough to go around. And, like, he's, like, actually emotionally distraught about it. Like, I remember
this episode.
What's that?
I don't remember this episode.
I remember it so vividly. I don't remember the title, obviously.
It's an episode that would totally be in that series, yeah.
Yeah. I remember it resonating, though, in a strange way in, like, my 7 or 8-year-old brain. Because like I was thinking like critically for the first time, okay, what is it that makes Batman an actual hero? Is it like him going in and like busting heads and never really making any progress, or is that he's actually trying to better the society that he's a part of? And
well, that's one of the reasons why it was such a good series, is because it respected its viewership. Yet it didn't.
That was heady shit for a 7-year-old.
Well, there were a lot of weird moments in that show, too.
Oh, yeah, weird stuff, too.
I'll name just a handful that I can remember. Remember the time Poison Ivy made a Poison Ivy family of plant monsters, and then Batman melted them all in front of her?
Yes, Batman straight up murdered her family.
Yep. Let's see what else. Remember the time Killer Croc came out of the brothel with a bunch of floozies?
I don't remember that, but that's awesome.
Do you remember? Yeah, he was wearing a pimp hat, coat, and everything.
Sweet.
Do you remember when Batman
not?
was specifically talking about crack houses on the Lower East Side in a kid's show?
I don't remember that.
Do you remember
either.
the time Batman got like he didn't get hammered, but he got knocked out and he was like laying on some kid's couch, so the kids had to take over as Batman for the day?
I do
while
remember
the
that
Penguin
one.
tried to break into the house and murder him?
Remember when Batman contracted dysentery and spent the entire episode begging for his life on a toilet? No.
Do you remember when Harley Quinn made a not veiled dick joke?
Yeah. Don't you want to ride your Harley? Like, oh my god.
No, that's not.
Oh, that's not the one.
The sexual innuendo joke I was thinking of, but you might be right.
Yeah, well, she did that one too.
I don't remember that, but wow, that was pretty blatant.
She asked the Joker, "Don't you want to rev up your Harley?" And then she's in a nightie while she's saying this. Then she goes, "Vroom, vroom." I'm like, holy shit! I just got a freaking cartoon boner for Harley Quinn.
The moment I was thinking of is she was posing as the Joker's lawyer, and she's talking to Officer Bullock, and she said, "Yes, I remember you. I had to serve you a subpoena." And then she looks at him, and then she says, "It was a very small subpoena."
That's awesome.
Like,
oh,
what?
So there's another aspect
what
of
this
it.
happens?
So on paper, like
the show was rated Y7,
right? So on paper, like the whole notion of Joker having like a live-in girlfriend just sounds catastrophic, right? But the way that they wrote Harley Quinn and the Joker in that was so well done that like you never knew whether to like hate her or feel horrible for her because of like it. That was another thing for a group of 7-year-olds. It accurately portrayed like what an abusive relationship looks like.
I was gonna say, right? Like
Yeah.
Here they are showing you, hey, here's an abusive, unhealthy relationship.
Yeah, right? Like, don't fucking ever let this happen to you, you know? Maybe don't fuck the Joker. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but...
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Unless it's Heath Ledger's Joker. Then it's
that's
okay.
just a handful of, like, the bizarre things from that series.
Oh, yeah, we haven't even really scratched the surface.
Oh, God, remember the episode where, like, Batman got sprayed with, I think it was like scarecrow gas, and he was like slowly watching as all of his friends like turned against him for being the Batman or something?
Yes, I remember that one too. Speaking of which, perhaps unpopular opinion, the Scarecrow segments of the Arkham series were the best parts of those games.
They were different, and they spotlighted a character that wasn't the frickin' Joker.
Right?
I mean, I'm sorry, but I feel like we've seen that relationship done and examined to death.
And we'll see it again.
Oh God, yeah, we will. But yeah, the Scarecrow bits were the best. I enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
You never knew what was going to happen next, which is funny because that was supposed to be the Joker shtick of, what's he going to do next?
Yeah, and you know,
bet he'll try to kill Batman.
The funny thing is, like, I kind of feel like, and I don't know what the original intent of the developers were, but I feel like the series as a whole would have been better served by making Scarecrow the principal villain of the first Arkham game and saving the Joker for the sequel.
Yeah, well, we tried that. Remember with Arkham Asylum beginning of the Genesis, and it was supposed to be Black Mask, and then it turned out Black Mask was just Joker the whole time.
That's right. Yeah, but
because we can't tell a story that's not Joker related.
Right. So like Scarecrow, like poison gas, that's like his whole shtick, right? So like let him be the spotlight villain. He had the most interesting boss fights. He had the most wiggle room for them to write something creative. And by and large, like, he was, like, kind of the breakout, you know, villain of that game.
Yeah, every game should have just focused on a different villain.
Right, and then you conclude it with fucking Hulk Joker at the end. What the hell?
They had to have a boss. I'm going to disagree with you a little bit. Have Joker be the central focus of the first game of Arkham Asylum. And when you go bigger at Arkham City, Then you have it be primarily about Scarecrow, because Scarecrow's the kind of guy who could put something in the water.
Yeah, that's true.
And then for the third game, which I don't remember, but I assume it had to get bigger, so it was Arkham USA, where the whole country is Arkham. Then you have the Penguin, who was elected president. Because he's the kind of guy who could do something on that scale. And then when you get to then in Arkham 4 had to be bigger, so you do Arkham World, but it's it's like the villain's dark side. So
Arkham Galaxy,
Universe. Arkham Galaxy, but that's just the Galactus setup.
Oh god damn it! I wasted one of those. That's all right.
All these ideas wasted.
Right. Though actually, I from what it looks like, we seem to be getting a new Arkham game that doesn't even have Batman in it.
It's just the Joker fighting the Joker.
Actually, no. It's even worse than that. It's all the sidekicks, but it turns Arkham. It turns like the Arkham combat into a looter shooter. I shit you not. Well,
that means they'd have to come up with a whole different engine outside of just tweaking the one they keep using for Assassin's Creed.
Same engine, only you have to buy grind all the power-ups.
God, don't get me started on
it's not going to be good.
Loot box games. I can't. I just I started playing Genshin Impact 2 weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
And oh god, I absolutely love it.
Oh,
loot
really?
Boxes and all. I adore it.
Huh, no kidding.
It's you may have seen it pop up in your newsfeed a couple times.
Strangely
it's
enough,
basically
no.
It's basically what Breath of the Wild should have been.
Oh, you've told me about this. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. A long time ago, but it came out about a month ago, and I've been playing it for about 2.5 weeks. And
I'm sorry.
Oh god, I unashamedly love it. It's like on par with Witcher for me right now.
No shit.
More like comfort food. Witcher had some really good writing going for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, side note, I didn't mean to crack up in the middle of your conversation, but did you hear that phone call?
No, I didn't.
Alan Wake's lawyer called him. He goes, Al,
oh god,
we've got a bunch of birds on the porch. They're going all Hitchcock on.
It's the best line of the game, and I missed it. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're gonna have to catch it in the YouTube re-release of this episode.
We'll fix it in editing.
They're going all Hitchcock on me. It's the most random shit. Like everything's just like cabin in the woods, and then all of a sudden, yeah, I got a little bit of a bird situation.
Why'd your lawyer call about a bird situation?
Oh my god.
I feel like that's something your housekeeper would call about.
You would think. Find garage keys. Probably in the bathroom where I'm going to get jumped. There they are.
Now, which door are they going to pop out of?
A story is not a machine that does what you tell it. A story
okay, here's
another episode
TV
of the Twilight Zone.
that we don't
but it's you this time.
But as the story grows, it starts wanting
I think.
No, it was him once or twice before this as well. So this is the story he doesn't remember writing.
Need to follow a logic that fits the story. A single flaw and the magic is gone. The story dies. Alice dies.
Alice dies. Oh. All right, cool. Oh shit! That was almost a jump scare.
If we didn't see it coming.
Right. If I didn't really expect to be jumped in that bathroom. Let's go in the women's restroom just for shits and giggles.
You mean for more monsters?
Yeah. I'm actually hoping for some batteries. Now that I've got revolver ammo, it seems batteries.
You gotta spend batteries to make batteries.
Hunting rifle ammo in the women's restroom. Never leave home without it.
Quick side note. Do you remember the movie Goldfinger?
Yes. The Bond
movie. You know
movie.
The main villain in that movie? What?
The Bond movie or the Austin Powers movie?
No, that was Goldmember.
Goldmember, thank you.
Yeah, Goldfinger. Do you remember the villain from that movie?
Goldfinger?
Goldfinger, yeah, the titular villain.
No.
Do you know he was a Nazi?
Wait, really?
He was a straight-up Nazi.
No shit.
The actor was a Nazi.
Oh, the actor who played him was a fucking Nazi. Nazi.
You sound a little more surprised.
What year was that made?
I cannot. I want to say.
Were they still employing Nazis at that time?
I want to say like late 1970s, early 80s.
Oh yeah,
but
you
yeah,
got some
turned
aging
out
Nazis.
I mean, there's some backstory behind it, in that he did fight for the Third Reich, but kind of got conscripted into the army, which is
like
what
you
you'd
do,
say,
you know?
right? Right.
You know, I woke up one morning, and next thing I know, I was fighting for Hitler. Yeah.
Well, it was basically, you fight for Hitler, or
or Hitler fights you.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to find a way to reverse.
Oh, hey,
that.
vehicle section.
Oh, hey, we're slowly calling all the things.
Gold.
Did the door just close so you can drive through it?
Ah.
I thought it was going to break.
All right, now see, this I can get behind. Yeah. Okay, you know, it would be really, like,
These
great...
don't look like shadow people. These look like real people now.
Yeah, right, these are just regular people. How much health does the car have?
It kind of looks like Walker Texas Ranger's truck.
Yeah, a little bit.
So I would assume infinite. Where are you supposed to go?
I don't know. I'm off-roading it a little bit here. Oof!
I mean, I guess that's fine.
Yeah, here we go. Everything's gonna be okay. Oh god. Are we gonna get into it like a vehicle? Is this gonna go Twisted Metal on me? Because I would be down for that.
I like how he stepped out in front of you intentionally.
Like he was all menacing, he was brandishing his shotgun, and then boom! He just got baned. Oh, hey, we're back here.
Are we supposed to be back here?
Yeah, we're supposed to return to Barry. He's got the bird situation going. Uh-oh.
That's your lawyer?
Yeah, Barry's my
Cousin
lawyer.
Vinny's your lawyer?
I mean, that's what he claimed.
That's not Cousin Vinny. That'd be like Paulie. I don't know. I'm getting my stereotypes mixed up.
So, fun fact about Cousin Vinny. Did you know that it had a scene where the legal writing was so good that it's actually used to teach law in law school?
I would not be surprised, because that was a really good movie.
The scene with where he has Marissa Tomei on the bench is so well written and so legally accurate that they use that to teach lawyers.
I don't remember what that section was about. Refresh
Neither
my
do I,
memory.
but I just read that somewhere. God damn it.
Melissa Tomei, I remember her for being
Seinfeld.
in My Cousin Vinny and the Seinfeld episode.
And the Seinfeld episode where she slaps George.
Yep.
You know, I'm just gonna come out and say it. Fuck the combat in this game.
Like how you're just fighting the Hammer Brothers here as they throw hammers
right.
at you.
It's not fun. Like, the rest of the game's really fun. Like, I love the environments. I love, like, the object hunting. I don't like the combat.
But if it didn't have the combat, it wouldn't be a game.
Yeah, I guess. You know,
It's
what,
like
fuck it,
when
let's just run
they
to Barry.
thought the light made me safe.
Right?
It's like Assassin's Creed 1, you know, like when they were about to release it and they like play tested it with the CEO's kid, and he was like, "This is boring and there's nothing to do."
Right.
Well, I guess we better add flags and Templars to kill.
Right. Where's my
Get out of
family?
points.
I need a week.
He even said, "Where's my wife?
I need a week.
What have you done with my family?"
The old Bright Falls coal mine is nearby. You can find it easy, city boy. The main
Nick, if it came down to it, do you think you and I could take our families back?
you'll get your wife.
I mean, like, I got the dogs.
Yes.
They'll take care of themselves. They're smart.
Now, let's say someone comes and takes one of your dogs, right? They leave a ransom note. It's a very clear, cut and dry scenario. Like, don't go to the police or your dog gets it, right? Would
Right.
you take your dog back? Would you Liam Neeson for your dog?
Yeah, I think I could do that. I
I got a shovel and a nail gun in my garage. I could do
Some
that.
some sort of dog meat processing ring.
Dog meat.
Oh, that big fat white dog. He's about 80 pounds. That's some prime steak on that dog.
Okay, so this was my joke originally, but you just won the joke. Like, I would absolutely pay money to see you star in Taken 3, where you take Rex back.
I can kind of see it in my head too. You know, I'm just walking my dog, and there's just some shady guy on the corner in a trench coat looking at my dog. Does some quick calculations, pulls out a cell phone.
Oh!
Yeah. Call Rodriguez. I think we got a delivery to make.
What the fuck?
What's going on here? Oh, the birds are going all Hitchcock on you.
Jesus, he was not kidding. This is straight up Alfred Hitchcock.
Oh, they're like shadow monster birds. Okay.
Oh my God, Nick! How could so much go so wrong so quickly? Oh, there's so many of them.
Oh my God, there's so many more.
I can't tell which ones are background texture and which ones are supposed to be killing me.
It's a birdemic.
It's Birdpocalypse.
I'm waiting for the shadows to manifest as something more effective, like a Sherman tank.
Oh, for God's sake. Yeah, you know, if they could be birds, they could be fucking tigers, right?
Valid points.
I say that, and the final boss of this game, watch, Shadow Tiger.
It's the tiger hippopotamus hybrid. Screw tigers, hippopotamuses. Now that's the problem. You can't kill them, and they're obscenely powerful. They're the deadliest animal in Africa.
They are. Then they fucking hate everything. They hate
do?
humans.
Now you're familiar with Pablo Escobar's army of hippos, right?
No, but please tell me the story with the last 10 minutes of this episode.
I'll only need 5.
Damn.
Yeah, so Pablo Escobar, drug lord and all that, down in South America. I think Mexico. I don't know. Try not to stereotype.
Sounds
but,
Mexican.
it was Mexico. And anyways, one of his favorite hobbies, as far as spending his money goes, was he loved buying animals. So he had his own zoo down there. Well, anyways, when he got put away, his hippos had no one to take care of them, so they bred like crazy and out of control.
Of course
So
they did.
what was 10 hippos became over 100, and eventually the zoo broke down, and the hippos escaped, and now they're terrorizing the town that the zoo was in.
Oh my God.
And, like, locals are trying to shoot them, but their skin is too thick.
Oh my God.
So they had to call out the military at one point.
The Mexican army versus the hippos.
The hippos have fully taken over the town at this part, and they've begun breeding, and they can't find them all. And they're not indigenous to the region.
Right, so there's nothing
But
to
they're
stop
gaining a
them.
foothold, and they're pushing everything else out of the food chain.
Within the next 10 years, Mexico is going to have its first hippopotamus president.
Yep.
Hello,
Barry Wheeler speaking.
Just maybe.
Rose?
I'm President Rodrigo Hippopotami.
I mean, hell, we had our first hippo president in 2016.
Heyo. And probably again in 2020.
Well, you know, I don't know. Teddy Roosevelt might have been the first. I don't know. A lot of those old white guys were pretty fat.
Yep. Oh God, what's this shit?
Oh,
Ooh,
dear diner. Oh, she's
that's
being held at
creepy.
gunpoint, isn't she?
That's creepy. I like it. Finally giving me some actual horror here. That was the lady who confronted us in the men's room, isn't it?
No, that was an old lady. That's just the waitress, I think.
No, the lady who was staring her down there.
Oh, yeah.
With the
you're
black
right.
veil. She told us how to get to the
Yeah,
lake house.
yeah, you're right.
Hey Nick, what game are we playing again?
Alan Wake? Alan Awake?
So fun fact, we actually did get a we didn't get a copyright strike, but we aren't allowed to monetize that last video because of the Johnny Cash song. You know. like you know, we're not going to be able to pull in those big YouTube bucks from our 12 viewers. That was the end of episode 2. All right.
Remember when the internet was just the Wild West of anything goes?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I miss going on Newgrounds instead of YouTube.
God, Newgrounds! I
love
miss
Newgrounds.
Newgrounds.
That's where Ego Raptor got his start. And you remember like
And
all
it's
of like the
finished.
Metal Gear parody videos you could find on that website?
Yes, and only one of them was good, which was Ego Raptors.
Which was Ego Raptor. I don't know. The one where he shit a laser into Metal Gear Rex's face was pretty hilarious.
That I don't remember, but I'm gonna take your word on that one.
It was just a straight up poop joke, but it was a good poop joke. I enjoyed it.
Remember when Anonymous were just straight up a-holes instead of some sort of misunderstood internet heroes?
Yeah. When we were kings, Nick.
No, that's the end of episode 2.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's the end of episode 3 of Play the Hits Plays Alan Wake, episode 2.
We're averaging
subsection 1.
If you consider that first part the prologue, and then episode 1, this episode 2, yeah, we're averaging about an episode.
Yeah, how many episodes are there?
I don't know. You said this is roughly a what, 6 to 8 hour game?
5 to 6.
I'd put us, yeah, probably somewhere around the halfway point. I don't know.
Ah, okay, delightful.
I guess I'd have to look this up. Well, Nick, this actually seems like a really good place to call the episode, even though it's only been 51 minutes. But I don't know, any final thoughts for us?
That's the end of episode 2. I mean, you can't get 5 minutes into the next episode. I mean,
Yeah.
you'll have to boot the game up right in the middle of another Shadow Man fight.
That's right.
Speaking of Shadow Man N64 is getting a reboot.
You're shitting me.
Not a reboot, a graphical overhaul and re-release.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah,
Shadow
that's
Man?
serious. You remember that?
I do. I saw it in a Nintendo Power, and I was like, I have to fucking play this game. And then I rented
Yes,
it,
except it
and
was
I
too
couldn't get
spooky
past
for
the
me.
first part. Because I was like, what, 9 years old and didn't know what the fuck I was witnessing.
Now, I was going to ask you how it played, but that was 25 years ago.
Yeah,
so.
right?
But I saw that. I was like, cool. I hope we remaster more of these old games
I
that
really
were
like that.
clunky but had cool ideas.
I really like the idea of revisiting games from like the Wild West days of 3D when controls weren't taken for granted at all, and like we had no idea what we were doing. Because you're right, they had the most creative ideas, but like physically the N64 controller couldn't give you the level of maneuverability that you needed for like a shooter or anything, right?
Yeah.
Which makes GoldenEye all the more, and Perfect Dark all the more impressive.
Well, that, and it was like back in the days when you could go to the video store and pick up a game and just have no idea what the hell you were getting yourself into.
You know, I miss that too. Like I miss like going into a rental place and like just seeing something on the shelf and just throwing down some mystery money, you know?
Yeah, hey, this looks like a goofy game. Let's pick this up.
Because now I can, like, even assuming there was a brick and mortar rental store that I could go and rent a game at, I could just pull up my phone and like look at a review on this game and see if it's going to be my jam or not, right? Like, there's no such thing as just discovering a hidden gem anymore.
Video store Russian roulette.
Yep.
I've only got so many report card A's for free rentals. I gotta make them all count.
Oh god, I never felt better than when I got those report card rentals. Nick,
Yes,
next time
sir.
on Play the Hits,
Rose, sure. Nice girl.
I really don't know what to make of this whole scenario.
Who does this man look like besides C.K. Lewis?
I was thinking exactly C.K. Lewis, actually.
Maybe
Louis
maybe they did.
C.K. Lewis.
What? Oh, he's got a limp. I thought he was just like a robot.
I thought he had to poop. Nick, next time on Play the Hits, we follow this man to the
I
bathroom.
thought his head was gonna spin around. I thought it was gonna be like the beginning of Fallout New Vegas, where like the doctor's head just spins around Exorcist style because of the glitch.
Oh, New Vegas. Really, but just
I
Bethesda
already
in
like
general.
Sparkling River Estates.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Nick, I'm very excited for next time. We'll see you then.
Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles.